Okay, today I'm going to show you how to propagate cactuses by cloning. There's many different ways to propagate cactuses. This is just mine. I've seen a lot of different views and viewpoints how to do it. This way works best for me, so I'll just get right down to it. First of all, you're going to need gloves. As far as cactuses, their leaves are actually needles. You don't want needles in you. At least not these kinds. Put these nice thick extra gloves on. Try to keep everything sterile and clean. And I'll show you my garden cactus right now. We'll go over here. So you're going to need a nice garden cactus like this, and you're going to need some alcohol, a knife, and some swabs to be able to get this knife clean and sterile. You can even use lighters or anything else to really burn all the germs off. But as far as sterileness, this alcohol will do just fine. Swab it on and make sure you clean it off pretty well. Alright, I'm going to take a few of them every which way. This one's really sort of getting overgrown for the pot, so probably take it. You can take it probably 2 nodes down, but I would probably take it here. Actually, the stem is the fleshy part in the cactus, and like I said, the leaves are actually the needles. They call them modified leaves. So just take it down here, make your first cut, nothing too fancy. I'm gonna set it over here on the table over here, and I'll take some other ones. Some of them you can just break them off, some other you can just cut them off. Alright, now that we got all the cactuses we need, I'm gonna bring it over here and show you the next step into making these actually grow the fastest way I know. So first you're going to start by laying out your leaves, make sure they're good, and next part you're going to grab the trays, whichever you're going to propagate them out of, make clones. This garden soil, flowers and vegetables, not the best to use. You can use it. I would like to use it more of a cactus mixture with nice drainage on it, but this is actually all I really have, so this will do for now. Now you got your soil all planted in. Next part you want to do is clean your area a little bit. The next part you're going to do is you're going to take your knife, you're going to clean it again with some alcohol. Make sure everything's sterile this time. No germs, or just spreading of germs isn't what you want. You can actually kill them pretty easily. Next thing I do is you cut these again. Usually you want 3 sections or 3 nodes on each cactus. This, I don't think I'm going to need that many nodes, so actually I'm going to make this into 2 different parts. So I'm going to probably just cut it, just break it right here at the edge. It should just break right off, and it just does. So for this part, I'm going to cut the bottom again, except at a slight angle, so more like 45 degrees. That way you get the most surface area for the auxin, which is a plant hormone. Put it nice diagonally like that. So that's a nice fleshy start. And actually, you can even see some of the roots come in right there. So that's actually some of the parts that are going to be dividing. The auxin really helps with the plant hormone. It extends the elongation zone and the cell divides, and it just multiplies everything out as far as the roots. So make sure you have that nice and clean. Grab your auxin. Watch out, this stuff is very toxic, so just don't breathe it in. And you just want to pat it in and make sure you got nice coverage on it. If you need to, rub it on. Okay, and then just stick it in your soil. You can also use toothpicks to keep them up. Right now, we'll forgive that. Add some water, and then just keep continuing this for the rest of the steps. Constantly just keeping stuff sterile, dipping in alcohol, wiping both the sides of the blades off. Make sure you wipe off the extra alcohol there, and just keep continuing on slicing them up, and then getting that nice surface area for the oxen to come into. For these bigger ones, I'm going to actually use a bigger pot. As far as how far to put them down in the pot, I'd probably go here, so maybe like 2 or 3 inches down in the pot, nothing too crazy. So just stick it in, pack it in, make sure it's not going to really move anytime soon. And that's why I chose a bigger pot, that way I don't have to transplant them too much in the future. So this will be able to keep in this pot for quite a while. So put that aside. Just make sure they get a good, nice standing up. They're not going to want to tip over anytime soon. That's the most important part. If they can't stand up and stay where they are originally, they're not going to really grow as fast as you want them. Just make sure they don't move around too much. Nothing really too difficult about cactus. They're pretty easy to clone and propagate. It should only take maybe 3 to 4 days to really start noticing some growth on it. A week to really start noticing some buds coming out of these. They'll come out of various parts. Sometimes they'll come out of the parts where you divided them out. These ones, they'll come out where the modified leaves are. There's little glands underneath every single needle, and sometimes even the needles have glands in them that when you touch them, they'll get stuck in your hand, and actually when you take them out, they'll even feel like they're still there for a few days. So that's actually some cactus magic, I guess you would call it. But just keep these going for a few more days. Keep an eye on them, and I'll show you the progress as they're growing. And that's basically it. Thanks for watching. Okay, here's an update on my cactuses and how they're doing. So, all of them have grown, except for this cone one right here. But and even these ones, the ones I cut off, they're gonna be really flat and skinny, but then they're gonna plump up like this. It's sort of like when you build a building. It's you get the structure down first, and then you fill the room up with all your stuff. So the plants do the same. They build the structure, and then they're gonna fill it up with water later. So just an update on how everything's going. All of them are growing again. All really happy. So